Hi, my name is Navina Shine. I am both the founder of Living on Light and I'm the subject in the first of our experiments. Living on Light is a deeply spiritual endeavor. This project is way more important than a single person. I'd say more important even than the human race. The paradigm of living on light is one that affects everything and everyone in our whole world. The experiment itself is intended to bring into the world the realization that human beings might be vastly more than we think ourselves to be, that we have a lot more capabilities than we have allowed ourselves to demonstrate or utilize in the past. In this particular experiment, we're intending to demonstrate that human beings do not have to eat in order to thrive. We want to show that we as human beings might have a system already embedded within our mind, body, spiritual systems from which we can take nourishment. This nourishment we're calling light. We don't yet know if it's actually light, or if the nourishment is coming from the air or the sun or from somewhere else. But symbolically, the best description for what we wish to demonstrate is living on light. You can go to livingonlight.co or to another YouTube to find details of who we are and what we're doing. Here, I want to emphasize that for me, who's just a representative of existence, who happened to have received the idea and put it together, this is a spiritual endeavor. I call it a spiritual endeavor because I see myself as being called from a spiritual place within to create this experiment and bring this vastly important information out into the world. So from this calling, the universality, the whole, or whatever you wish to name that spiritual inner voice, is indicating that our world is now ready to receive and make use of this new, possibly very old knowledge. Existence sees that we are at a place where neither we nor our planet can survive if we continue destroying everything as we've always done. So I see the wholeness of who we are is urging us to take steps to use what we have been given in the way that it might originally have been designed to be used. It is possible we were designed by existence to live from this refined, never-ending, ultimately renewable, pure energy source we call light. If it's true we have this capacity, I suspect that somewhere along the line, maybe we got hooked on carbon-based food and thus condemned ourselves to toil and our planet to destruction. There are so many of us now needing so many resources just to keep ourselves fed that this cannot continue. Once we really begin to live on light, should this experiment show that it is possible, we could enter into an entirely new phase of evolutionary development and thus fulfill another step in our universal journey, spiritual journey. You might ask, who is this person claiming a spiritual calling? So all I can give you is my opinion, my story about reality, what I think might be so. So I don't claim truth. It's just my best guess. So I've led a very interesting, adventurous life with lots of experiences, adventures, and travels. And where it's led me, now that I'm 65 years old, is the realization that the body and the mind are programmed machines. I think there has to be some kind of unifying principle, something which holds it all together and is the living, breathing, empty space out of which all things arise. I call this spirit. In unity, there is only oneness, though there are many, many different levels within that oneness. When all is one, the whole must contain the parts, and the parts must contain the whole. I and you and all there is are both the whole and the part. I see the calling to do this experiment is coming from the whole, coming from the universe, from each one of us that is also the universe. I think it's an imperative of existence that humans actually begin to live on light as they might have been designed to do. If you want to live on light, you might do well to come from this spiritual wholeness within yourself, however you perceive that to be. It is possible you need to be in a space where you're open to the wholeness of the universe in order to succeed at living on light. It's not just about not eating. That generally leads to trouble. I suspect that living on light rides on an upward movement of consciousness towards an expanded level of awareness. So I see that I am being asked by Spirit to bring out what is essentially a whole new evolution on our planet. If it's actually true that humans do not have to eat food, it'll change everything we know about ourselves and our planet. It will change the consciousness of humanity, and it will change everything we do in our world. It's a spiritual endeavor. Come and join us and see what happens at livingonlight.co. Thank you. See you there.